Jolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I want to react to a comment under one of my recent videos by talking about again how to get the Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates. It will not be very satisfying for the person because what I mentioned in the other video is the only way, but we do that in detail again now. But before I get into that, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet, please do subscribe to the channel and then also click this little bell and all notifications so that you will be informed as soon as there's a new video out on this channel. And also some live streams. I'm trying to regularly do a live stream on Fridays from now on. I've done 2 so far the last 2 weeks. But let's talk about the Borg coordinates as well. I sent my Voyager already there because it needs a little bit to fly there. So my Voyager is in the Delta Quadrant, and with my level, I'm in one of those systems. When you are earlier, you start using it here in these systems, in Viridian, for example, of Elixis. But I'm here in Abriosus, and there I just gonna do the only thing that I know of that can get you those Borg coordinates, and that is just calling in bioships. Because when I grind the Herogen there, I get the normal rewards from the Herogens, if the game doesn't crash again. So, yeah, it's the typical at the moment. Yeah, it got better. I completely uninstalled the game and reinstalled the game. One member of my alliance told me that this improved his gameplay on the iPad, but it still crashes and it's still not working as well as on my desktop. But at least I just saw that the bioship hit my Voyager, but I couldn't click the bioship as I wanted to while I was trying to click another Herogen, because they offer Herogen relics and they don't give anything else. And so the only way of getting those Delta Quadrant Borg directives is by calling in the bioships and to hope for chests. I will have a look in a second if they brought chests with them, and then we have a look inside. But I haven't found another way of grinding to get those. If you're watching this without knowing what Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates are, I will go to there in a second as well, although I made 2 videos on that already. But here's the bioship, and here there are the normal rewards, the exotic biotoxins, and you have a chance to get a chest here. And that's what I'm looking for, because right now I'm going to look in that section, and then we have a look what is in when we claim the chest. And there you see there are 20 Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates in there. And here we go again. So I just talked about it's getting better. Right now it's not getting better. It's getting worse again. So yesterday in the evening after I reinstalled the game, it was better. But now it's obviously going down a little bit more. But as I said in many videos, I'm not editing this out, even if people said, oh, you know, you can edit. Yes, I can edit. And I would edit if it wouldn't be something that is necessary to show how this game really works on an iPad. This is the real experience. But I destroyed another one of the bioships, and let's see what I got there, because there was a chest as well. So I collected another 20. There with chests, it's always just a game of fortune here. Sometimes when I grind hostiles, at the moment Federation hostiles, sometimes I'm lucky when I open 100 chests, I get a lot of Newton parts. Other times I just get 2 Newton parts for 100 chests, or 1 Newton part for 100 chests. That's just a game of fortune when you open those. And if you, as someone wrote, get very few of those, first of all, it might depend on the level of the bioships. I'm now calling in, of course, much bigger bioships than I did in the beginning. And in the beginning, those Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates when my Voyager was small, and I could only do that in low-level systems, and the lowest levels available. I didn't get as many of them. Now you see I have a level 47 bioship. Of course, would have been too strong for my Voyager. Not to mention the warp range I need to get here to that system where I am now. And then it is always a game of fortune, and probably because I'm making the video. No, there you see it. There's no chest. So there will be no Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates in there. It's always a game of fortune if you get a chest or not. And with this species 8472, I didn't get one. And that is how you get the stuff. And if you look at the Voyager, unfortunately I cannot open any of those at the moment, but I don't remember any Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates being in any of those chests. So my only source so far is the bioships. And I still, when we look at it, and we can do that, Misaloop is one of those systems where you need them. And we just have a look. I have 1880 at the moment, and that despite the fact that I've been to those systems a few times recently because that I needed a lot of things there. And the higher your Voyager gets in its level and tier, and the higher your warp range is, and the higher bioships you call in, you will not worry about that too much anymore. You're not going to one of these systems usually on a daily basis, because you need you need to call in bioships, so you cannot go to Misaloop, for example, or to Shalika daily. So you will quickly have the stuff. The higher your Voyager get, you need 100 of those tokens, and you get them easily the longer you use your Voyager. I didn't have enough to do that in the first place. I mean, I wouldn't have survived Shalika in the beginning with my Voyager, so it didn't even matter if I could go there or not. The Delta Quadrant Borg cells are another topic again. But to go to Shalika, it's not that easy to defeat those ships in there with a fresh out of the box Voyager. So it will get better the higher your Voyager gets. My luck at least got better, and I could destroy more and more of those bioships, and that's how I got so many of those tokens. And of course, I could destroy more of those bioships on every tour because I use Neelix on the bridge. As you saw, I only paid 323 for one to call in one bioship, and instead of 500, and that's because I have Neelix on the bridge. That's something you have to keep in mind as well. So the more bioships and the higher level bioships you kill, the more of those Delta Quadrant Borg coordinates you will get. And that is at least my experience. I mean, the Voyager is not that old in this game, but that is the experience I made while playing. And in this way, the longer you have your Voyager, the less you will worry about those things. But as I said in the beginning, don't even bother to go to Shalika with a fresh out of the box Voyager. It will not survive the fight. So it doesn't even make sense to spend the Borg coordinates there. And that's why I said I have to disappoint my viewer at that point. The bioships are the only source I know, as I said, to get the Borg coordinates, so I cannot tell you any other. And that's why I just swiftly mentioned it in my last video on Misaloop. I made one video on what's happens in Shalika, and recently I made a video of what happens in Misaloop if you go there. But and I just briefly mentioned that I got them from bioships, but that's all I can do, because I only get them from bioships. I haven't recognized them in the chests. Maybe I'm completely blind, but I haven't seen them there. And you cannot get them from the Herogen. So the bioships are my only source of those. And that's why I couldn't, like my colleagues, couldn't say any more in my videos on the Borg coordinates. despite I get them from the bioships. And now I showed it, and that's why I decided to make this video again, to show the thing with the chests. I was lucky to get 2 chests from 2 bioships in the beginning, but the third one showed you that then it's a game of fortune and you cannot get so many more. If I'm completely blind and you have another place where to get them, let me know in the comments, please. And as well, as usually, you know, always leave a comment if you have questions, if you have video requests, or if you just want to say hi and where you're from. I'm always happy to know that as well. So please write a comment under the video as well. And if you like the video, by the way, always give it a thumbs up, please, so that the algorithm knows that as well. And as a quick mention again, for my viewers from Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Belgium, Luxembourg, and so on, there were requests that I do videos in German as well, because I'm from Germany, and so I did that, and I started a channel with German videos. So you should see them right now as well. The first ones should be published now, and you can watch them in German as well. And in the future, I will work on that channel as well. So in time, you will have kind of the same channel like this one, just in a different language. And if you want to see another video in English right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.